Howdy and welcome to another episode on startups. Now, in today's rapidly evolving business landscape, the need for robust infrastructure and innovative solutions has never been greater. Now, there's an organization called Rootshive that offers a comprehensive solution to businesses looking to enhance their infrastructure and streamline their operations. Now, Rootshive provides the tools and support needed for businesses to drive success. Now, join me as we get to know the transformative impact of Rootshive and explore how it is reshaping the future of business infrastructure.
At Rootshive, we believe we're transforming the way Africans do business. We've built an infrastructure for economic mobility, that is harnessing the power of payments, right? Insight into big data and leveraging on the precision of AI. So we want every average Nigerian entrepreneur or ideator or nano business to be able to think economic growth and grow your business even from inception. I am Ogundetolu Michael, CEO, founder of the Rootshive.
Drawing from his own experience with a failed startup, Ogundetolu was inspired to create an organization aimed at supporting businesses in every stage of their journey. His vision was to establish a platform that not only assisted in launching new ventures, but also provided the necessary resources for sustained growth and scalability.
Back then on campus, a couple of us, myself and my friends, we all had businesses, and then we realized that most of the businesses failed, not because the idea wasn't great, right, but because we didn't understand how to run a business, right? Coming out of campus into the real world, I remember my first speech, we were asking about data room. I was clueless, right? So if you look at the business scope in Africa, you find out that a lot of people have businesses, but don't necessarily know how to run businesses. It's the same reason why we have 9 out of 10 startups fail in the first 3 years, right? It's not because the money wouldn't come, it's not because the idea is not great, right? But the operational ups and downs, how you navigate, how you manage stakeholder engagement, thinking innovation, making your product culture fit. Nobody is teaching anybody how to do that, right? So we started the Rootshive with one mission, understanding that for African businesses to thrive, right, you really need to go back to the grassroots. An African mother would give or hand over a business to a child at the end of the day, right? So there's an underlying continuity model that nobody is talking about, right? If you would give a young person that just finished school a fully fledged business, the business would most likely fail if the person does not understand what is going on in the business. So we are building infrastructures to help salvage these things. So all of this and many more are why we started the Rootshive, to give young Africans hope, to say, okay, you know what, your idea can actually thrive, whether you're looking along horizontals or vertically, right? You can start a business and think scale and have it kind of turn into economic impact, whether in Nigeria, Africa, or globally.
By integrating AI technology, Rootshive provides nano businesses with intuitive tools and resources, enabling them to register and navigate the platform independently.
We don't do anything at all without taking a deep dive into how exactly you operate, right? So our infrastructure can be personalized, right? The way a Yoruba person is going to transact is way different from the way an Igbo person is going to transact. So what we've learned to do was to bring in culture, or is to bring in culture into the way you transact. I don't think people do that, right? Anyway, everybody just seeks to copy the Western world and all of that. So we had to sit back, right? If we would solve the problem in Africa, we actually need to look back, like take a deep dive, look into or look inwards, right, and then solve from inside out, right? So that's what we're doing. We're also working on a lot of interesting technologies that make us really, really unique, right? We're democratizing access to finance, right, alongside. And if you really think about it, right, there are some issues, primary issues that cannot be solved right now, right? You're building 100 apps for a local farmer and you're saying you're driving inclusion. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. Why? Because the local farmer is 2-3 hours away from home farming. So what happens, even if we provide funds for them, what happens when the funds die, right? So we're looking at tap to scan, tap to pay mechanisms where they can just use hardwares, right? Tap, collect money or transact and all of that. So yes, there are a number of things. When you interact with the Rootshive, you find out that it's just tailor fit, right? And it's way easy to use, right? Different assets, different entry points, secure platforms and all of that, yeah. We have bots, Ola, that kind of helps you with every stage of your business, giving you predictive analysis, helping you understand at what point you really need to pay attention to what. Let's say, for instance, you're a business owner, right, and you sell soft drinks, right? You want to know what soft drink is actually what's it called now? What soft drink is actually making the most purchase or the most sales, right? So you can capitalize on that and not waste money buying other things that people wouldn't buy from you, right? For us, that way we can identify that, okay, you know what? This thing doesn't work, right? This particular set of people do these things. So we're training models that study these behaviors and can be used to actually solve problems along different horizontals or verticals. A case study is healthcare.
Tailored towards economic growth, Rootshive provide businesses with the complete infrastructure necessary for their operations. This includes essential tools and resources required for product development, launch, and scalability.
Oh, so our technology is adaptable, right? I mean, we can, from the dashboard, you can actually see everything going on in your business. It's that simplified, right? So far, we facilitated over 1.2 million transactions, right? Helping businesses study what is going on in their business. I want to say an average Nigeria solving any African problem and seeing that business thrive. Right, so we want to reduce drastically that number of 9 startups failing to 0 startups failing, right? You should be able to understand your business therein, right? The curriculum in Nigeria isn't exactly doing a great job, but we believe with interacting with Rootshive, you would have a clear sense of understanding as to what you're building, how you're building it, how you're interacting with stakeholders, and all that stuff. So we want to see your business drive progressive growth in Africa or whatever space you're in.
Rootshive facilitates transaction between business owners and their own customers using their native languages, which adds a layer of inclusivity and personalization.
When it comes to culture, we are neglecting culture. If I would buy suya from a suya seller, it will give me more suya, it will give me more suya if I speak his language, right? So what happens to us transacting in our language, understanding what we're transacting, how we're transacting, and the underlying growth pointers that we can actually print from time to time. We have a product we call Roots Card, right? When you upload your bio and whatnot, talk about your business on Roots Card, if I am interacting with your product, right, I don't have to get confused on your platform. With one click, I change your language. So I can really relate with whatever you're saying. And when you're relating with my response, you're relating with my response in your own language, right? So that way, it's just clear communication, right? And I think it will help Africans preserve their languages, right? Because I don't, half the time, I don't know any Gen Z that can, or maybe the percentage is really low, of Gen Zs that can actually read in their own languages. It's really, really low, right? So why not at the same time to kill two birds with one stone, right? Help them leverage their language, at the same time help them learn more about their language.
Given the similarities in economic landscape across Africa, Rootshive is eager to embark on expansion into other countries on the continent.
So we've started thinking beyond Nigeria. We started with Kenya, right, and Rwanda, right. These economies are a lot similar. We are not just stopping at Africa, right. I mean, I am African. I understand the realities here, so it's easy to actually start building tailor-fit products here, right. But in the next 5-10 years, I mean, you would hear Rootshive as a global name, right. As much as we're driving economic inclusions, the same thing applies in the US, right. If you go there, you still see the lower class, right, suffering, and then the problem around economic mobility is a global one, right. It's not just Africa. If you go there, if you think all you want to do is just jackpot and make money, reality will hit you, right. And if you're starting anything there, it's still the same mindset or the same knowledge base that you need to start something here, that you really need to start something there. You're interacting with humans, so it has to be culture fit. If you don't like what I'm selling, you most likely wouldn't buy from me. So how do I make what I'm selling likable by you so that you can buy from me?
By forging partnership with other organizations, Rootshive gained access to diverse expertise, resources, and networks that complement its own capabilities.
Yeah, sure. We are open to partnering with anyone who can actually. We're actually actively fundraising, right? Yeah, if you find what we're doing interesting, you can always partner with us, right? We actually have a target. We'll send you the pitch deck. We'll take up communications from there, and then we hope to actually get a profitable partnership for both parties. Yeah.
For Rootshive, their long-term goal is to see every business have economic growth and thrive regardless of the economy. Now, in the realm of healthcare, accessibility and convenience are paramount. Now, Chekker epitomizes this ethos. It revolutionizes at-home laboratory services and bridging gaps in healthcare delivery. Chekker provides patients with affordable, reliable, and convenient access to medical tests from the comfort of their own homes. Now, Chekker is on a mission to democratize access to healthcare.
At Chekker, we're building a digital health platform for at-home medical lab tests in Africa. It means that you need a test, you can get it done from home. Quick, easy, and affordable. My name is Victor Emai. I lead the team at Chekker as CEO.
Chekker stands at the forefront of healthcare innovation, offering a digital platform that revolutionizes at-home laboratory services. By partnering with doctors, labs, hospitals, and pharmacies, Chekker provides patients with affordable, reliable, and convenient access to medical lab tests from the comfort of their own homes.
Yes, so it is majorly affordable and convenient diagnostics, right, at home. You'd know that you're busy, right? Everyone is busy. You probably would not find that one day to go to the lab to get yourself checked, right? So there are millions of people that see doctors every day. They need to do lab tests, and that's why labs are very congested, right? So for us, it's about convenience for our patients, our customers, even our partners. So how we work is that we partner with doctors, we partner with hospitals, labs, to provide at-home lab tests for their customers, right? So as against now sending that patient to the lab, they can use Chekker, right? So, and the way we work just like Uber. We have healthcare workers everywhere that are licensed, and of course they've been screened. They have our kits. So once there is an order from a patient, maybe from the doctor or the lab, the nearest healthcare worker visits the patient to draw the sample, maybe blood or swab or saliva, what is required for the test. Then it is sent to the nearest accredited lab, and results are then interpreted by our doctors and also sent back to the patient. So that single-handedly just beats a few days of repeated visits to the hospital, right, or to the lab, and of course the queues that is involved here. So, right. Another thing is we are introducing AI into interpreting our results. We're the only one doing that right now. We are the center of the ecosystem, right? So once you book a test, you can get it done same day, right? Because we don't have to send someone from the office. There's someone close by, right? So we also collect samples for HMOs. We've partnered with the largest HMO in Nigeria, that's AXA Mansard. So there's so many things that we do very differently, right? But of course, amazing work they do also. We're trying to solve same problem using different approaches.
Victor Emaye's light bulb moment struck while waiting in line for a family member's medical test. It was during this experience that he witnessed firsthand the inefficiencies and challenges within Nigeria's healthcare system. Motivated by the need for change, Victor embarked on a journey to establish Chekker.
Okay, so I'm a second-time founder in healthcare. So my first company was an EMR company, that's electronic medical records. And being in this space, I think in my second year, my mom came down with a stroke. And it was sad. We spent a lot of money, and we were told to go to the lab. Right. Upon getting there, somebody said he was there for like 48 hours. I'm like, to do what? Do you get it? Right? So we encountered that same problem, right? My mom was there for about 3 hours. I had to call people that knows someone inside, and we had to beat the queue, right? Then 6 months after, I started to reevaluate that problem, and I saw it was huge. We have 200 million Nigerians, so just about 10,000 laboratories and hospitals, which is of course a very small number, especially in the private sector, right? So I thought it wise to create a solution to make it easy for people to get access to diagnostics right from the comfort of your homes, right? So that's how Chekker came.
Despite offering the convenience of at-home service options, Chekker remains committed to providing affordable healthcare services.
Okay, so for us, it's not expensive, right? Before we launched the service, at-home diagnostics or at-home sample collection in labs is as expensive as 15,000, 20,000 in some labs. We do it for as low as 5,000 naira. So we've dropped the price by a lot, right? So for us, it's more about ensuring that people get access to the service, right? So people don't have the excuse of, oh, I'm busy at work, I'm not able to get tested. So there are different kinds of tests people need to do routinely. And there are other tests that are mandated based on, of course, medical condition. Right, so for all of those different tests, you can get it done seamlessly. So you just see your doctor and you can get the service done. And of course, the test itself is the same price you get in a lab, so it's not expensive, right? The extra charge is the sample collection fees that is added, right, to the price of the test, which of course is as we can equate it to the cost of delivery fees in the regular sector, right, for logistics. Yeah, so right, and for patients that would visit the lab to do radiology tests, x-rays or scans, what we do with our partner labs is that they sort of do not queue. So once payment is made, the patient's name is there on the queue. So even if they are patients there, it's a walk-in. And because we are like major number drivers for our lab partners, right? So if we partner with you and we bring patients from our different partners, so they prioritize our customers, right? And we also work with a lot of HNIs, and all that, so it just makes it a lot easier for us to like innovate around that problem and make it easier for us to offer the service, right? So that's how it works.
In addition to offering a wide range of tests on its platform, Chekker understands that clients may sometimes require guidance in selecting the appropriate test for their needs. To address this, Chekker provides the option for clients to seek advisory support from their dedicated support team.
There you see a range of tests. So we have over 500 pathology tests available. and we also do radiology tests. So for pathology tests, you select the test, you look at the different prices. We also have single tests and we have packages, right? So for STDs, we have like basic, we have standard. For general body tests, we have basic, we have standard, we have comprehensive. We have hormonal profiles, we have cervical cancer, we have prostate cancer, so many tests, right? So they typically will just need to select required test, and they can read a few information to understand what is required for that test. Maybe don't eat. It could be a fasting sample that is required, so they get all those information on the website, right? They also go ahead to make payments via the website. If they have any questions, they can talk to support directly using the chat aspect of the website. So it just makes it easy for them to get clarity about the work that we do, right? And if they need sort of a second opinion, they can talk to our doctors, right? So we have a doctor that will put them through, okay, what's the diagnostics, what's the condition, oh, this is the test you're meant to do and not this test you want to go for, or if there are additional tests that should be done, right? So yeah.
To safeguard the privacy of customers' medical records, Chekker ensures that they can come through trusted networks of healthcare professionals.
Okay, so I mean, the customers know the hassle involved in trying to get diagnostics done, right? First, you book a ride or you drive down, you wait in the lab for a long period of time to get samples drawn, and sample collection takes less than about 5 minutes, less, right? But you have to wait hours to get it done, right? So imagine someone saying, oh, we can do it for you, right? And because our marketing model, beyond doing it directly, right, so marketing to patients directly, we come through the healthcare workers themselves that are already trusted. So through doctors, through labs, through hospitals, through digital health partners like Wella Health, Clafia, and other companies, Pharmaron. And these are like renowned digital health companies. So we just amplify what they do. Some of them are majorly telemedicine companies. We handle the part of at-home diagnostics for them. For doctors, same thing. They refer, they give their patients sheets of paper to take to the lab and spend the whole day to get tests done. So the doctors can now promote to say, oh, you can do this for as low as this amount. Are you interested? And stuff. Yes, so.
Operating on a model similar to Uber, Chekker has established its presence in Abuja and Port Harcourt, providing convenient access to at-home laboratory services in these communities. Looking ahead, Chekker is eager to expand its reach to other communities across Nigeria with a focus on collaboration and partnership.
Okay, so we launch location by location. We started out in Lagos, we launched in Abuja, and then in Port Harcourt. Right, so we are expanding even in Port Harcourt, a few communities, right? So we just expand based on number of lab partners, and of course different partners, hospitals and labs, and of course where we get orders from. So we have healthcare workers in those locations. Yeah, so we're looking to get to more communities or states and even regions outside Nigeria, right? Kenya, Ghana, and so many others, right? So and the way we work, because we are very asset light and it's more strategic, so we need our partners to be on board, hospitals, labs, and etc. We need healthcare workers to be on board for that location, and of course Chekker, we need to add it to our website that we are live in that location. So once that is done, we can go live anywhere. The paid part of our work, right? There are a lot of people that are not able to afford the Chekker service, right, regardless of how cheap or affordable it is. So we launched this part of our business called Health Check Africa, and that's more of targeting non-communicable diseases and doing free routine tests across different communities. So we launched late last year, and we've done 2 communities already. We did in Mile 12 and we did in Surulere. So we're looking to move from community to community that way, to do it annually, right, such that we could test for cancer, we do breast cancer, we do cervical cancer, we do other NCDs, diabetes, hypertension, and so on and so forth. Yes, sir.
Chekker not only benefits clients by providing convenient at-home laboratory services, but also offers opportunity for healthcare workers to increase their earnings. By partnering with Chekker, healthcare workers can earn additional income by collecting samples from clients in their respective communities.
Yeah, so majorly, right, so we have a direct competitor, we mentioned their name, but of course, we stand out in different areas, right? So they do home sample collection. We work like Uber. Like I said, we have healthcare workers everywhere. They use their own healthcare workers from their office, right? So in every state, they have their own healthcare workers. So we sort of help healthcare workers everywhere to make more money for themselves. So a nurse that works on Chekker as a phlebotomist during our free time can earn, like from collecting samples from, let's say, 5 people, can earn 15,000 naira in that day, right? So that's how we sort of amplify healthcare. Nurses collecting samples is as against us having them on our team directly. We not outsource, they're like indirect workers. Do you understand? Contract workers for us. So they work a couple of days a week, a couple of hours a week, and they earn extra income. Some of them even earn more than what they usually earn in their day job, working in hospitals for the entire month, right? So.
As the demand for remote healthcare solution continues to rise, Chekker stands poised to play a significant role in shaping the future of healthcare accessibility and patient-centered care. As we come to the end of our program, let us continue to champion initiatives that prioritize progress, inclusion, and well-being in our communities. I'm Tamila Rakin Kwole, and thank you for joining me on this enlightening journey.